How can I help you?
Yes, could you send the cops?
911 calls at 3:42 p.m. on October 26th began to set the tone for the scene that was unfolding in the 6100 block of Locust Street in West Philadelphia. First, from a neighbor.
What's going on, ma'am?
I don't know, the people next door fighting.
Then, a minute later, relatives began frantic calls for help.
I'm the daughter to my mother and my father, and my brothers, they called the cops earlier, and the cops is not doing nothing. He's over there hitting my mother and my father. He got a case for being violent and everything. He got a whole record. My mom needs help.
Mr. Man of the People, Ikey Raw. Just want to talk to y'all real quick about the body cam footage and the 911 tapes that was released in the Walter Wallace Jr. shooting. First of all, I just want to say once again my condolences to the family of Walter Wallace Jr. Secondly, I just want to say that the Philadelphia Police Department released the body cam footage. We all seen it. It's a tragic situation. Walter Wallace Jr. should not have been killed that day. I want to talk about the 911 tapes. Someone who was alleged to be Walter Wallace Jr.'s sister called the police on the 911 tape saying that he was on probation, he was in the house beating on his mother and father, and he was violent. This person also said that the police were called earlier and the police aren't doing anything. If we know that we have family members who are dealing with mental health issues, why is someone calling the police saying that they're violent and they're on probation? So we have to talk about everything that happened that day. When these police officers were told to use caution, it makes sense now. They were told to use caution because someone called and said a man is beating on his mother and his father and he's violent and he's on probation. So let's be real, y'all. When the police come, they got the call, a man is violent, beating on his mother, beating on his father, he's on probation. A man comes out, he has a knife in his hand. I'm not justifying what the police officers did. I've already stated, I believe the police officers should be charged with the murder of Walter Wallace Jr. He was still 8 to 10 feet away. We'll get into that when they fired their weapons. I just want to say, if we have family members who are dealing with mental health issues, we cannot call the police and say that they're violent, they're on probation. And, you know, even if they're beating on their mother and the father, if you're calling the police and saying that, say that. But we can't say that they have mental health issues if we're calling saying that they're being violent. Now, when the police come and the police has killed someone, now we're saying that they're dealing with mental health issues. I'm Ikey Raw, man of the people, y'all. I'm stating facts. I got to talk about every aspect of what happened that day. I'm not justifying what these police officers did. Y'all know I'm not. But I got to be real and talk about all this, man. We can't have someone calling the police officers saying that this man was violent, this man is on probation. When the police officers come, they already had that information. They were told to use caution. It makes sense now. They were told to use caution because they got the call saying a man is beating on his mother and his father, he's on probation, and he's violent. If our family members are dealing with mental health issues, we cannot be calling the police saying that someone is in the home on probation and they're violent. If you're calling the police saying someone's beating on your mother and your father, that's one thing. But if you know they're dealing with mental health issues, why are you saying that they're violent and they're on probation? You should be telling the police that they're dealing with mental health issues, they're having an episode, they're hitting my mother, they're hitting my father, they need to be dealt with, however you want to say it. But to put in, you know, the police officer's head, the 911 dispatcher's head, that it's a violent man in the home, he's beating on his mother and his father. So we have to deal with that. And once again, I'm not justifying what the police officers did. Walter Wallace Jr. was still 8 to 10 feet away from these police officers when they both fired at least 7 shots apiece. So it was 14 shots fired, man. They did not have to kill that man that day. They did not have to fire one shot at that man. Even if you are going to fire one shot, shoot him in his leg. Shoot a warning shot. What happened to warning shots? We don't do that anymore. But this is Ikey Raw, man of the people, man. I just wanted to talk to y'all about that because I got to cover all aspects of that tragic situation that day. So once again, my condolences to the family of Walter Wallace Jr., man, and every family who's lost someone, to the police officers, and also if you lost someone, to someone who looks like me. Y'all know how I do. All Black Lives Matter, man. So I'm going to talk about this some more, but we have to understand that we have family members who are dealing with mental health issues. We cannot call the police saying that they're violent and they're on probation because we know 9 times out of 10, if it's a black man, he's not going to make it to that paddy wagon or to that police car. They're going to kill him. This has been Ikey Raw, man of the people, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day.